Solder ring fittings are very common in the UK. For some reason, these are not very common in other countries, and I'm not quite sure why that is. These are available from 6mm up to over 60mm in diameter. These can be used on any copper pipe. They can be used for gas, water, or even potable water. These have been around for a very long time in the UK. These are often called Yorkshire fittings, solder ring fittings, or even capillary fittings. I've had quite a lot of questions about these types of fittings over the years, so in this video we're just going to take a quick look at them and I'll show you how to make a quick joint using one of these fittings. So these are made from copper. You can also get brass ones and you can also get chrome plated ones. This one is a 22mm, reducing down to a 15mm. I have to say that these are relatively inexpensive until you go to the larger or smaller sizes. The 15mm ones are by far the cheapest. You can get 6 and 8mm and 10mm, which are more expensive than the 15mm, and you can get these going up to 60mm, and they are really expensive. That is a 15mm slip coupling that could be used to join two pieces of 15mm tube together. But of course you would have to use some solder if you was using one of those. The solder ring fittings actually have the solder already pre-applied on the inside. That means that it is very easy to make a joint, and it's very good for DIYers and people that don't do a lot of soldering. You don't necessarily need to use a blowtorch to make these work. You can actually use a heat gun if you prefer. But having said that, it does take considerably longer using a heat gun. These are also available in chrome plated. If you are joining chrome plated pipe, it is essential that you remove the chrome first because you cannot solder onto chrome. If we take a look at the Pegler website, you can actually see that they do a massive amount of different types of fittings, and these are available in sizes from 6mm up to over 60mm in diameter. And as you can see from that, they are available in copper, brass and chrome plated. You can get a clear view of the solder on the inside of these types of fittings from this, which is a Click Fix patch repair. I have actually done a video on how to use one of these, so I will put a link to that in the description as well. So you can make a permanent soldered fitting using a solder ring fitting very quickly indeed. All we need to do is take the pipe. We're just going to deburr that. We'll just do both pieces of pipe that we're going to join together. Once we've done that, we just need to ensure the pipe is clean. We can do that using a piece of Scotch-Brite pad. Simply need to clean off enough of that at the end there for the fitting to go into. We'll now do the same with the other piece. We've now got the two clean pieces of pipe. We now just need to take the fitting, just give that a quick clean on the inside there with the Scotch-Brite pad, just to ensure that that is clean. But then you just need to take some flux. Flux is a chemical that cleans the copper, ensuring that the solder sticks correctly. You don't need to apply too much. You can also apply some flux to the inside of the fitting if you wish to do so. We can then take both pieces of pipe, ensuring that they are pushed fully into the fitting. We can then wipe off any excess flux. You can then take a blowtorch or a heat gun, and all we need to apply to that is a gentle heat. Once the solder starts to exit from the end of the fitting, that is it. We can just allow that to cool down naturally, and then the joint is made. It is important that you do not move the joint once you have started to heat it up until it has cooled down fully. I'd just like to point out that these fittings do actually use lead-free solder. So as you can see, the solder has exited from both sides of the fitting. That will give you a very strong and very durable joint. I hope you found this video useful. If you have and you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel.